attorney wants him out on bail. What is your guys' reaction to that?
Stephen, you want to?
We understand that would be a normal request made by any defense attorney in that situation. We obviously oppose that. We've had some discussions about it, and frankly, I don't know. The judge is supposed to consider two primary things there. Is he a flight risk? Frankly, given his ties to this community here in Hillsborough County, I don't necessarily think he's a flight risk, but is he a danger to the community? I don't know how anyone can honestly say, after the circumstances of what happened in this case, that anybody's going to be able to convince a judge reasonably that the community's safe if this gentleman's out.
And in my opinion, as far as the second factor, which is the public safety, everyone with a cell phone is at risk. I mean, you never know when this guy's going to go off again, and everyone has a cell phone, so I think that should be the judge's main concern here.
What's your reaction to the fact that someone came forward and said he acted like this in a movie theater before?
Personally, it doesn't necessarily surprise me, given what I know about some of the facts that are out there. And for him to escalate to this level over just a cell phone, it doesn't really surprise me.
How's Nicole's hand doing?
She's doing better. She hasn't had her follow-up for her surgery yet, as has been reported in the paper and in the other news. The surgery did take a lot longer than expected, which usually means there's some complications during the surgery, meaning more damage than they've expected before going in there. But she feels the hand is getting better, but she doesn't have a follow-up now for a little while, so she won't really know for sure. However, she did go to her primary yesterday, coincidentally, and he said everything looked good.
There's been an outpouring from the community as far as raising funds, different businesses coming forward to help with that. As far as you guys and Nicole is concerned, what are your feelings toward folks stepping up and trying to help with that?
Well, first of all, it's been tremendous. I want to say and thank the corporations that jumped on this from the very beginning. Before I was even involved, West Shore Pizza started a grassroots campaign that has really been unbelievable, to say the least. It started with a picture of a check, and it exploded from there on Facebook. They have raised, to all counts, about $20,000 at this point, with the help of his former employer, which is Sky Power Sports, and the two of them have really done a great job in raising some money. I will tell you, since we've announced that we opened a fund as well, it's called the Chad Oulson Memorial Fund. We have had discussions with them that they are going to, send the money our way. So as her attorney, we can control the funds for her and give them to her as necessary. And we have also had an outpouring from the community, both personally from individuals all the way to to companies that are contributing to this fund as well. And it is just incredible. I will tell you that I've spoken with Nicole about it. She doesn't expect any of this, and it is shocking to her that people are reacting the way that they're reacting. So it's a great feeling to know that there are people out there willing to help.
Aside from Mr. Reeves, do you believe that the movie theater shares any responsibility in what happened?
I will tell you that at this point we are exploring all options, but our main focus right now is to guide her through this very difficult time of grief, her own personal injury, and the entire circus that is the criminal case involved here. So at this point, we're not closing any doors.
Do you think that theaters should take a greater responsibility in protecting patrons? This is not the first shooting incident, obviously.
I will say from a personal standpoint, it's sad in my opinion that we've gotten to this level, that we can't go to a movie theater and feel safe. However, as far as from a legal standpoint, I don't know that it's really proper to discuss it at this point.
What is her reaction and your reaction to hearing Reeves' attorney say that he acted in self-defense?
Again, everybody's familiar generally with what happened here. Without getting into any specifics, he is a defense attorney. He's going to have to mount a defense for his client, and frankly, under the circumstances, I think there's two ways you can go. You can claim self-defense, or you can claim your client has a mental health issue that prevented him from being able to function properly in that situation. So it's one or the other. Frankly, I think if you're going to try to get him out on bond, it probably is a stronger argument to go with the self-defense and fall back on his lengthy career.
What will Nicole's role be as a witness as this eventually moves to trial, and how are you preparing her for that?
It's not going to be our responsibility to prepare her. The Pasco County State Attorney's Office will handle all of that. We will do everything we can to assist in any way we can. But she absolutely would be an essential witness for them in their case, and that'll be their province and their area to handle.
Have you discussed with her the facts of what happened? Does recollection. She was injured, and some people have difficulty remembering facts after a severe injury like that. Without getting into the content of what you discussed, does she have recollection of what the events that transpired before the shooting occurred?
I'll let TJ give you his opinion. My opinion is she has a very clear recollection of what happened.
I do as well. Obviously, with something as traumatic, as unexpected as this, some references are left out of our memory, I think, on purpose, just as a human nature. But she does have a, unfortunately, very clear recollection of exactly what happened.
How's Nicole's daughter Lexi doing?
I will say what I've kind of said before. She's a very, very young child, and I have attempted my best to keep her out of the media spotlight as much as I can. But as I said kind of the other day, I think she's lucky, and I think we're all lucky that she's as young as she really is. Being 22 months old, she doesn't understand everything right now, so all she knows, I think, is that Daddy's not there. And in my opinion, being a father, that's enough.
How do you see the civil case going forward?
Honestly, that's kind of a ways away right now. I think, as I said, we're going to explore all options for her to make sure that we can go the full extent of the law with every claim that there may be. But at this point, our focus is getting her through the grief and getting her through the criminal trial.
Given that she has such an unfortunately clear recollection of what it is that happened, have you discussed with either of you at all, and you can ask her, obviously, how she feels about this potential defense of self-defense?
I think we've had some preliminary discussions about that, I guess would be the best way to put it. We haven't spent a whole lot of time talking about that. As the case goes on, I'm sure we'll get with that more as far as that goes. But again, we're going to limit what we're going to say and do with respect to her on that because she's a witness in a criminal case. And the state attorney's office will conduct their investigation, and they'll handle that case, and they'll have her ready to handle whatever they want her to address.
I just meant her reaction to that.
I don't think she was pleased with it. I guess that'd be an understated way of putting it.
I think even though some of the conclusions and some of the facts that have been posted in the media, while some of them are extremely accurate and some of them may not be exactly as is, I think she's kind of shocked. She doesn't understand what he was defending himself over. So I think that's probably the understood conclusion.
For those who were not recording yet, when you introduce yourselves, can you reintroduce yourselves? And also, how did you get involved in this case?
Sure. My name is TJ Grimaldi.
And my name is Stephen Leal.
And a connection with the family member contacted me directly about potentially representing the family. Any other questions? Okay, well, we want to thank you guys very much for coming. I appreciate this. I know I'm speaking for Stephen, but I know that Stephen appreciates this as well, and so does our firm, McIntyre Panzarella. We all appreciate you guys coming. Lastly, I can only say that the family is still grieving, as anyone can understand, so we hope that all of the condolences continue, and more importantly, that you guys continue to respect her, which has been great so far. So again, we appreciate your time and appreciate your help in this matter. And I know that this may sound kind of sales pitchy, but it's not, because it's not for me. It's for this grieving family. If anyone out there that's listening would like to donate, you can go to our website, which is McIntyreFirm.com, and there is a button at the top of the page that you could specifically takes you to the Chad Oulson Memorial page, and on that page there at the bottom there is a place to donate. There's PayPal, there's credit card, you can mail in checks. I'm not trying to, she didn't have me do this. This is my own opinion. This family needs it. They're a working family, and anything that can be done would be greatly, greatly appreciated, not only by myself and Stephen and our firm, but more importantly by this family.
I know the answer to the question, but very respectfully, I need to ask you just the same. Is there a protocol that we can follow for a one-on-one conversation with her?
I would just say it would be directly with either me or our office, and we can discuss things in the future going forward. Thank you guys very much for coming.